You've done it before. You saw someone across the room, and something in your chest just tightened, and instead of walking over, you pulled out your phone and pretended to be busy, and told yourself, maybe next time. There is no next time. You know that. You've done this 100 times, and there's never a next time. But what I need you to understand, and this might make you uncomfortable for a second, the reason you froze had nothing to do with what you were going to say. It was your body. Your body was already broadcasting a signal to everyone in that space, including that person, before you took a single step. And that signal said, I don't belong here. I'm not sure of myself. Look away. And people listened. Now flip that. Imagine making someone want to be approached by you. Before you ever open your mouth, no lines, no scripts, no rehearsed openers, just your body, used the right way. Stay with me for the next 8 minutes. What you're about to learn is going to change the way every person you meet reads you, starting today. A fact that should genuinely bother you. Research from UCLA found that 93% of communication is nonverbal, which means the moment you walk into a space, people are already forming opinions about your confidence, your status, and your approachability before a single sound leaves your mouth. 93%. Everything you've ever worried about saying, the opening line, the joke, the clever comment, that accounts for 7% of the impression you make. 7. So if you've been grinding on what to say, you've been optimizing the wrong thing entirely. What actually matters, how you move, how you hold yourself, and where your eyes go. And the good news is, these are all learnable, all trainable. You're not stuck with the version of yourself that hides near the drinks table at every party. But to shift how people read you, you first have to understand something that almost nobody talks about. Confidence is not something you feel and then show. Science has proven it works in the opposite direction. You show it first, and then your brain catches up. Let me show you exactly what that looks like. Think about the most magnetic person you've ever watched walk into a space. They didn't announce themselves. They didn't say anything clever at the door. But something shifted when they walked in. You noticed them. Everyone noticed them. What were they doing? 3 things. And you can start doing all 3 today. First, they move slowly. This sounds almost too simple, but nervous energy lives in speed. Anxious people rush, fidget, and over-adjust. Grounded people are unhurried. They move like they chose to be here. Drop your walking pace by 20% the next time you enter a social space. Just 20%. Watch how differently you feel, and how differently people respond. Second, they took up space. Deliberately, naturally. Posture open, shoulders back, chest forward, standing at full height. There's a biological reason this matters. Open posture signals non-threat and social dominance at the same time. It tells the room, I'm safe and I belong here. People in uncomfortable social situations physically shrink. They hunch forward, cross their arms, fold inward. Your nervous system reads that as danger. Other people read it as insecurity. Stop shrinking. Third, they scan the space like they owned it. Not intensely, not with darting eyes. Just a slow, relaxed look around, like someone taking in a view they're perfectly comfortable with. That one act communicates something powerful. You are at ease being seen. The uncomfortable truth is this. The approach doesn't start when you walk up to someone. It starts the moment you walk through the door. And by the time most people realize that, they've already lost the room. Now, what I'm about to tell you about eye contact. This is the part most social confidence videos completely get wrong. And getting it wrong is actually worse than not making eye contact at all. Eye contact is not a staring contest. I need to say that clearly because so many people have been taught, just hold eye contact. And then they sit across from someone looking like they're trying to intimidate them into friendship. The psychology of what actually happens when you make eye contact with someone is fascinating. Their brain, in milliseconds, releases a small amount of oxytocin, the bonding chemical. The same one released between mothers and newborns, between people who've known each other for years. You can trigger a chemical bonding response in a complete stranger just with your eyes, but only if the eye contact feels safe. The difference between magnetic eye contact and uncomfortable eye contact comes down to one thing: softness. Strong eye contact is present. It's warm. It holds without gripping. Think of it like a handshake, firm enough to feel real, relaxed enough to feel safe. The practical rule, 70-30. Hold eye contact about 70% of the time during conversation. Break it naturally the other 30%, and this part matters, break it to the side, not down. Looking down signals submission and discomfort. Looking to the side signals thought and composure. Most people look down when they break eye contact. That one small habit is quietly undermining how everyone reads them. And the detail that separates people who are liked from people who are just tolerated? Smile with your eyes, not just your mouth. A mouth-only smile gets processed by the brain in 0.2 seconds as social performance, polite, forgettable. But when the corners of your eyes crinkle, what psychologists call a Duchenne smile, the brain registers it as genuine, real, trustworthy. It's nearly impossible to manufacture, but you can develop it. Practice smiling at yourself in a mirror until the warmth actually reaches your eyes. It sounds ridiculous. It works. You're in the space. Posture open, eye contact dialed. Now you want to move towards someone. The way most people do it, they spot someone, walk over, speak, and the other person feels ambushed, even if they're friendly. Because socially, a stranger materializing at your side with no warning triggers a tiny alarm in the brain. What socially fluent people do instead is telegraph. Telegraphing is the art of signaling your approach before you make it. In real life, it looks like this. You see someone you want to talk to. Rather than moving immediately, you let your body naturally orient in their direction. You turn slightly toward them. Your eyes land on them for a brief moment. Not a stare, just a look. A small, relaxed smile happens. Then you pause. Give them 1 or 2 seconds to register you. If they return the look, even a glance, their body just told you something. I see you, I'm open. That's your invitation. Now you move, calmly, without rushing. This single shift changes the entire dynamic. The approach no longer feels like an intrusion. It feels like a natural next step that both of you took together. The other person had agency, a moment to choose. And people relax completely around anyone who gives them that choice. This is the psychology of consent in body language, and it is almost magnetically effective.
So, here's where I leave you. Everything in this video works. The slow entrance, the open posture, the soft eye contact, the telegraph, the curiosity shift. These are not tricks. They are the actual language your body speaks. And right now, most people's bodies are speaking fluently in insecurity, without them even knowing it. But sit with something uncomfortable for a second. Every person you've ever wanted to approach, every conversation that never happened, that wasn't bad luck. That wasn't the wrong moment. That was your body telling a story that didn't match who you actually are. The version of you who walks into a room and owns it, that person already exists. You just haven't let your body tell that story yet. Pick one thing from this video, just one. Do it once this week in a real situation. Then come back and tell me what happened in the comments. I read every single one, because the people who watch videos like this aren't the ones who need the most help. They're the ones willing to actually do the work. That's you, so go do it.